Hi everyone, welcome to another TMI Tuesday. Hopefully your week is going well, and hopefully this recording will go well, because the last few, the audio has been way off. Somebody suggested that I use QuickTime for recording, so I'm trying QuickTime. We'll see if this does any better. So anyway, on to the questions. I've had a few questions over the past couple weeks, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them now. Some are from the past, some are from the present, but they were questions that I received nonetheless, and I'd like to go ahead and try to answer them. Lewis London asked me, he said, me and two of my friends are single and having a hard time finding a good guy. You are single. Do you worry about that or feel lonely? Any advice on how to deal with not having a boyfriend? Not really. I wish I had something better to tell you, but I've always been kind of an independent person, I guess. You know, I don't really seek out, you know, new relationships. If something happens, I meet somebody and it's exciting and it's fun, great. If I don't really stress over it. I know that some people, when they get in relationships, they kind of lose their identity. They become the other person, or they become so codependent on each other that they sort of lose their own identity. And I've never really had that. I'm not saying that you do yourself, but for me, I don't feel lonely because, you know, I still have friends, I still have family, and I know there's plenty of people out there that love me, you know. So I know that is out there. And I know that eventually, you know, I'll find somebody. It's not a race. Because I don't really want to find just a boyfriend. You know, I want to find somebody to, you know, to be with. You know, so I just feel that if it happens, it'll happen. And it'll happen when it's right. You know, every relationship that I've had has taught me a lesson. Some lessons bigger than others and some more meaningful than others, but they're all lessons. They're all lessons to relationships and how you need to work things in the future. So, you know, when the time is right, it'll happen. You know, I do have a date actually coming up here, not this weekend, but next weekend, and kind of excited about that. Somebody I've kind of talked to for a couple years now, and things just never quite worked out for us, but things are kind of lining up for us now, so who knows. Next question is from Moondoggy13. If you could be anyone just for a day, who would you be and why? I don't know if it's a specific person, but I'd like to be like a powerful woman of color, you know, like Beyonce or Oprah or something like that. The reason is because I think you could get two lessons from changing places with a woman of color. Number one, obviously, you get the woman perspective, understanding them, understanding what they go through, their thoughts, their feelings, things like that. Number two, people of color, that's a whole different experience than being a white person. I mean, other than the fact that I'm gay, I'm still a white guy living in America, and that gets you pretty far. Believe it or not, you shave, you dress well, you go in for an interview, and 9 times out of 10, you know, that's usually a leg up, unless you know, unless the employer really doesn't look at that. But there's so many places that say that they don't, that do. And you can just tell it, you know. I'm all about diversity, but the thing is that as much as, you know, I respect people of color, I really don't know what they've gone through. You know, I don't know what it's like to be them. You can say, oh, I know what it's like. I've had this hardship. I've had that hardship. But it's different. It is different in this country. You know, you find it all the time living in the South. You know, I go to family reunions and, you know, and it may start off okay, and then all of a sudden somebody tells this joke about, you know, about a nigger, you know, and you just look at him and you're like, really? You're from my same family? This is, I don't know. I mean, you know, where I grew up in Lexington, you know, I grew up on the north side of Lexington, which is Typically, that's where most people of color, Hispanics, black people, I mean, there's some white people, obviously, that live there. But as such, you know, I went to school with blacks and Hispanics and Asians, you know, all throughout elementary, middle, and high school. So for me, I mean, these people were my friends. You know, I knew who they were. And I just came from a different perspective. And there was, you know, people in my family who only went to school with white people. And, as, you know, and they think that, you know, black people are the cause for everything that's bad in the world, or they think Hispanics are, you know, because they're taking jobs, because they're all illegals or whatever. And, you know, it's not true, you know. So I would like to get a deeper understanding of what it's like to be a person of color. So I would go for, you know, for all that I could, you know, a black woman, I think. So like I said, Oprah or Beyonce or something. Or maybe even Jennifer Lopez. You know, it doesn't really matter, but I'd like to get that perspective on life if that was ever available to me. Ogden Prime said, I saw a post recently from someone being a bit of a prick. Do you get hate mail like that often? Personally, I think you seem like a really nice guy and have seen nothing but good things from others who know you better than I ever will. Yeah, I get hate mail sometimes, you know. I post pictures and people are like, oh, you just think you're all that and blah, 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 blah. No, I like taking pictures. I take pictures all the time. I have a Flickr. You know, it's just something that's always fascinated me, and I love taking pictures, and sometimes if I'm bored, I'll just take a picture of myself sitting there and, you know, put it up. Whatever. I don't really care. I just like taking pictures. So it's never been one of those things where, you know, I feel like I'm better than anybody else or anything like that. But what happened with this guy is he said, you know, I said something about, you know, the iPhone. Somebody asked me about this picture I took on my iPhone, which was, you know, done with the panoramic native app. And he was like, oh, that's great, you know, but Android's had it longer. And I'm like, okay, so what? You know, I've taken panoramic photos with my phone, you know, ever since I've had it since the 3G. Oh, but it wasn't a native app, you know, and he kept going on and on and on. And he just got, oh, that's just typical for iPhone users and blah. I was like, dude, whatever, fuck you. I don't care. It's a phone. You just said I couldn't do it. I told you I could, and then you kept making these qualifiers, whatever. And so finally, after, you know, he got really mean with me, and this was on Facebook, by the way, I just deleted him. Deleted him off Facebook. I was like, I'm just not dealing with this anymore. Bye. And so he knew my Tumblr and sent me a nasty gram on here. And, of course, I was just like, thanks, sugar. Love you too. You know, just blow it off. I don't really care. But yeah, people are mean to me sometimes. I don't know if it comes from a place of jealousy or if they just, you know, truly don't like me. I don't know. If you don't know me, you've never met me, and you're only judging me based upon pictures or, you know, maybe some instant message you sent me that maybe I didn't respond to in the right way, then fine. You know, if that's how you want to view me, that's your deal, not mine. So, same thing I say about people that have problems with you being gay. Well, that's their problem. They own it. It doesn't affect me. So if you don't like me because of, you know, this, that, or the other, then that's fine. That's your right to do that. And I'm not gonna try to change your mind. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And if that's not good enough for you, then fine. You know, no problem. Bye. Bryce Owen said, this is the Menage a Trois edition. I'm making a hot adult video. What two porn stars, dead or alive, do you choose as your scene partners? I don't know. Honestly, I don't watch porn. I certainly don't watch professional porn. I mean, like, I'll watch, like, XTube or XHamster or, you know, some other porn site like that. But I don't really pay attention to who's in them, and, you know, I just kind of flip through the videos until I find something I can jack off to. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Two truths and a lie. This is the second question. Two truths and a lie. I was almost in a movie with Kathleen Turner. It was called House of Cards. This was back when I was like 12 or 13. I ended up not being in the movie, but it came down between me and the other guy who ended up getting it. And the only reason he got it was because he was actually a little bit younger, and they were looking for somebody who was like 10 or 11, not 12, 13, 14, whatever. So ended up not getting that. I used to be a radio personality for a country radio station, actually for lots of different radio stations, but my primary experience for being a DJ was in country, which is why I actually have the equipment that I have here, because sometimes I do radio commercials and television commercials and other things like that. And I actually used to work for Starbucks as a barista, but I ended up like burning my hand one day, and it really, really hurt, and I didn't really ever want to go back, so I just quit. So there you go. 2 truths and a lie. You figure out which one is which, right? Isn't that how the game goes? Number 3, you're in a movie or television show. What 2 actors do you choose to be in a love triangle with? David Bronstad, which has that TV show. I think it's on HGTV. I don't know. He's really cute. And then maybe Taye Diggs. I don't know. I like men of all types of colors, so I think that'd be fun though. Favorite trilogy? Probably the Star Wars trilogy, you know, the original one. I really always enjoyed that. Those are my favorite 3 movies together. Blind, deaf, or mute? Which one would I prefer to be? I would probably want to be mute. I love music and I love seeing everything, and I could still communicate, you know, by writing or whatever, even if I couldn't talk. Although I do love to talk. But I would never want to be blind. I'm already blind enough, you know, got these glasses. And, yeah, being blind or being deaf would not be good. But with being mute, I could still communicate and I could still hear music and still watch movies and television and all that stuff. So, 3 must-have items on a rainy day. Lotion, porn, and a blanket. Question number 7, vanilla chocolate or strawberry? Chocolate, definitely. And question number 8, 3 wishes. I'd probably wish to have enough money to retire happily on and be comfortable. Question number, I guess the second wish would be to, you know, make sure that I have somebody in my life, you know, that I find that somebody so that I can enjoy that retirement. And then my third wish would be to ensure that all of my close friends and family were taken well care of, you know, financially, so that they can, you know, live comfortably for the rest of their lives too. So, well, that's it for questions this week. I hope this one works out okay, and I hope that the audio isn't way off. But if you do have any more questions, please let me know, and we'll try to do this again next week. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.